And I don't know why he feels that I'll be safer on your thing than his thing. I just don't want to go on his thing because his thing's full of people that are very ignorant. You get me? Like, and J Gang himself, I'm not trying to have a communication or conversation with someone and I can't see your face. It don't make no sense. This isn't an argument between brothers. This is more of a fellowship between brothers to kind of understand why it is that one of your brothers can't sit down with a proposed or an alleged enemy to us or to an enemy of racism, why we can't sit down and talk to this particular person and figure out what's going on. Like, why is it that you feel this way? What is it that makes you tick? Do you know what I mean? There's a saying people say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And I kind of go for that motto in a sense. You get me? You see me? I'm not the type of person to be emotional over someone's comments or anything. And I think very differently to a lot of my brothers, innit? You understand? Obviously, I see you as my brother. You know, I see J Gang as my brother. But brothers can have disagreements. You feel me? And brothers can have different ways of approaching something. Malcolm X and Martin Luther King had a similar goal, but different ways to go about it. You understand? So my thing is, you see me with a picture, you see a picture of me with a known alleged racist or whatever you want to call him, and you call me a Uncle Ruckus. What's your reason for calling me an Uncle Ruckus? I was laughing when you said that, brother.
Lie, bro. I don't know Tommy Robinson's campaign used as part of his PR to, I'm not racist. I took a picture with Mr. Minus. I'm not racist. Big Bro was protecting me at Speaker's Corner. I'm not racist. Raj is cool with me. He calls himself Tommy Robinson. I'm not racist. And the thing is, bro, the reason why I say that a lot of the time there's some form of selling out when we see these things happen, because Alex Jones put £30,000 down, dollars down for Tommy Robinson's security when he came to Speaker's Corner. Yeah. 30 bags. Yeah, Tommy, you're going down to mess with those Muslims. All right, cool. We're going to send 30 bags down for your security.
Yeah.
Now, when I saw Big Bro and them man doing security, for me, it's like, have you been paid to do security for someone that we know, we all know was a leader in the EDL, we all know was a member of the BNP, and we all know till this day, he goes and speaks at many far-right functions around Europe, racist far-right organizations. He's one of the main speakers till this day. So Generation Identity is one of them. Have you heard of Generation Identity?
No.
All right, so that's something that I'd say for you to do some research on. Generation Identity is Martin Selner. So the speech that people protected him in reading was a guy called Martin Selner. Now, Martin Selner was funded by the guy who went to the mosque in New Zealand and shot up the mosque. You know that guy? Sent money to Martin Selner and was a fan of Tommy Robinson and Donald Trump. So these far-right movements, they're connected. And anyone who does their research knows that Tommy Robinson is a ploy for these people. So I get extremely frustrated when people allow themselves to be used as the PR stunt for the... All right.
Listen to this, I think what you've kind of... I get what you're saying. I understand. I don't really know too much about Tommy Robinson, and I choose not to know too much about Tommy Robinson. But the point that we're missing is that it's not about Tony Robinson. It's not about him. I didn't put that picture up because it's Tony Robinson that I'm taking a picture with. Couldn't care less. It's the meaning behind it. I don't look on the surface of things. And what you're doing right now, brother, you're looking on the surface of things too much. Yeah? You see me? If I do something, there's a meaning behind it. If I'm taking a picture, that could have been anyone. It could have been Robinson. It could have been the local racist round the corner. If I've had a conversation with you, the symbolism of that conversation with mine enemy, and trying to come to some kind of common ground with mine enemy, I don't, like I said, you're going a very, like, I don't know who you're talking about, all these people, all these, to me personally, I couldn't give a rat's. But what I'm saying,
J Gang would have been a safer option because, bro, that's what I'm saying.
No. I forget. This is what I'm trying to say. Again, you're missing the point, bro. You're missing the point.
One thing, bro,
forget J Gang.
One thing, yeah, that really stuck out to me. Yeah.
Go on.
You said, I choose to stay ignorant of Tommy Robinson and them lot. And
I choose to stay ignorant.
You said you choose to stay. You said you don't know about him, and you said
okay.
But I think the big part that hit, man, was I choose to stay ignorant. So then who comes from a generation where these racist people at one point, they was like people like Tommy Robinson or racist people, if they had the power, they'd still be raping our mothers and still be raping our daughters. It's only power that stops these things from going on. The mentality of people that look at 1 minute, the mentality of people like Tommy Robinson, that look at old Britain, the slave master era, and they think that was our greatest era. Don't ever pull down the slave master statue, because that's when we was in our greatness. A man that thinks with that mentality, bro, like, I don't want to be ignorant to what he's thinking and what he's doing in the moves he's making. I have to stay educated about it. And once you become educated about it, as a black man, bro, you're naturally going to take a position. The reason why you're mutual right now is because you've chosen to stay ignorant.
No, what I've chosen to do is focus on the spiritual side of things and not the physical side of things. Yeah, you're focusing very much on the physical, bro. You're focusing very much on what you've seen, not the meaning of it, bro. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Yeah, again, I'm gonna ask you a question. What's the reason why you invited me onto your life? What's the reason?
I said it to you on the phone. I said, okay, I got my opinion. You got your opinion. But one thing I don't like too much is the echo chamber. So I do have conversations with people that are different ideologically. It might be religious wise with an atheist, or it might be sexually wise with people that are on, different sexualities, 80 genders and that, to kind of, so it doesn't really matter what it is, but I don't like to stay in the echo chamber. I don't like to just stay with that. I like to hear other people's opinions.
All right, cool. So what you can do now is hear my opinion then, yeah? All right, listen to my opinion since you've invited me onto your live to hear it. Like I said earlier, yeah, that picture is just a symbol. I couldn't give a, I don't really want to swear, I don't really like swearing, but I couldn't give a rat's about Tommy Robinson, like I said earlier. I don't care. I don't care about his agenda. I don't care about what he's doing. I don't care about who he's spoken to. I don't care about Tommy Robinson. If he's racist, let him be racist. Yeah? If he's a pagan, let him be a pagan. If he's a fascist, let him be a fascist, innit? Yeah? You see me? Yeah? I'm not going to focus on Tommy Robinson. I'm going to focus on Mr. Minus. I'm going to focus on Mr. Minus's brothers. I'm going to focus on Mr. Minus's sisters and say, brothers, sisters, stop being distracted. Yeah? Stop being distracted by people like Tommy Robinson, people like Trump, people like whoever, whatever kind of racist you want to blame or whatever. Stop being distracted by them. I'm going to use this analogy. Yeah? You tell me what you'll do. Yeah? You're running for the bus. Yeah? I don't know if I said this to you. You're running for the bus. Yeah? Like, this bus only comes around every so often. Not very frequently at all. But you're running for this bus. This bus is taking you and your people to financial and economic stability. Yeah? Now, you're running for this bus. The bus is about to leave. And Tommy Robinson to the right, and Trump to the left, and Katie Hopkins to the other right, and start calling you niggers and whatever. You get me? I've never heard them call anyone nigger, but let's just use this picture of Tommy Robinson being a racist. They start calling you a nigger.
And he said Somalis are backward barbarians.
Huh?
He said Africans, Somalis are backward barbarians, and he's called someone the P word before.
All right, cool. So let's just say they called someone a nigger. Yeah, let's just say they said the N word. Yeah. So I'm running for this bus now. No, you're running for this bus. Yeah. And then Tommy Robinson says, "Oi, Russ, you fucking nigger. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna stop and confront him? Or are you gonna jump on that bus to economic, financial stability for your people? What are you gonna do?"
It depends, yeah. And this is why there's a couple stuff that you said contradict itself, yeah. Because you're saying you don't care about him, but then you're still posting a picture with him. So to some degree, you kind of created this conversation.
Bro, you're missing the point again, bro. You're missing the point again, brother.
What I'm saying is, it depends. And the reason why I say it depends is because, like, for example, there's a white youth named Braden, is a Tommy fan, yeah, and he called man all sorts of words on camera at Speaker's Corner. But his reason for doing that was to get me to do something violent on camera. I held myself till I got off the camera and gave him a little shubbins. You get me? Like, but I might not act straight away if I think that it's part of your agenda. At the same time, we went through years, history of our elders being called niggers, being called black cunt, people in mixed heritage relationships, their children being. So we went through years of that. And the way that stopped is because we bust their heads open, left, right, and center. That's
are we in a better position now for it?
1 minute, bro.
Are we still in? Are we in a? Are we in any better position?
1 minute. It didn't stop from the black people and the Asian people who held their head down. It stood up. It stood from the people of ethnic minorities that stood up and
say that again. Say that again. What you just said there. Say it again.
It didn't stop based upon the people who ignored the racism and held their head down. It was the generation that came after that generation who said that was born in this country, that said we ain't putting up with this bullshit, that actually put us, and my generation was part of that generation because it was in Romford where we had thing.
Can I stop you for a minute?
1 minute. Once we started physically fighting with racists, yeah, that is when more colored people come to the area, and then them man move back, and then they move further out. That's what they do. They move further out. And basically, they're moving further out to get away from them niggas. Basically, that's what it is. That's why if you go out of London, Colchester, and all these places, people give you a weird look, which white people don't give you in London. White people in London, they just don't even see you're there. But anytime you go outside of London, you get these weird looks. I don't even like to walk in the cafes because then people give me a look in the eye that says I fucking came here to get away from you, and you're fucking following me. So what I'm saying is, the mentality, yeah, that stops a bully that keeps on trying to bully you is to stand up to them. And I'm gonna finish it with this, bro. When Tommy Robinson told the lads to go down, and because you said obviously you're concentrating on your black people, and I love that and I commend that. So I'm saying when you're black people, yeah, there's two sides to what I'm saying here, because you're saying don't concentrate on Tommy, but if I didn't concentrate on Tommy, I wouldn't have been able to stand up for your auntie and my auntie, your niece and my niece, your little sister and my little sister, when Tommy's supporters were throwing bottles, fireworks, and homemade bombs at their heads.
But this is the thing, though.
I want to, because I'm aware, obviously, that you went and done security for Tommy Robinson to protect Tommy Robinson when he came to Speaker's Corner, probably from them terrible Muslims. But what I want to know is, was you out there in the Battle of Trafalgar to defend your auntie and your niece and your nephew and your cousin when Tommy Robinson's friends came to try and harm them?
Someone told me you was going to come with this question. Yeah, someone told me that. Yeah, but before I come with that, before I answer your question, you haven't finished answering mine. Are you going to stop, or are you going to keep running for that bus, brother? You haven't answered the question.
It depends, but I might just knock him out still.
Then you've missed the bus, bro.
1 minute. I'm within my right to knock him out. It depends, bro. It depends. Okay, if I'm on the roads, yeah, and I've got a meeting, yeah, come on some Malcolm X stuff, so I've got to be everywhere half an hour early in 2021. If I've got my meeting, I'm gonna ignore him, innit? But if I'm on the road and I've got some time on my hands, he gonna get some pepper. Bro,
you and your people them to financial and economic stability, bro. Yeah. And a man to the right of you calls you nigger. Are you going to stop, punch him in his face, and miss that bus, brother? That's my question.
I'll get on the bus and get a picture of him when I get on the bus to just make that viral and make the dogs and go nab food. Real talk, that's what I'm gonna do. I swear down, no word of a lie.
Bro, you kill me, fam. You never answer a question straight, brother.
No, bro, I'm gonna jump on the bus.
Just tell me what you're gonna do.
I'm going to jump on a bus, but I'm still going to do everything in my power from that bus to cause consequences for this racist guy. Whether it's exposure,
That's the answer that I want. That's the answer that I want. How about this? This is what I'll do, yeah? I'll jump on, I would ignore that racist fucker, yeah? I'll jump on that bus, yeah? Achieve economic stability, yeah? For my people, them. Yeah. Come back, yeah? With my financial strength and sue that motherfucker. You understand? There's two ways to skin a cat, rude boy. You can do it with your fist, or you can do it with money. You can do it with power. Power is money. Guns is power as well. You get me? You've got power. You can get power from violence. You can get power from economic strength and stability. You choose to do it the Malcolm X way. Yeah? I'll choose to do it the Martin Luther King way, brother. You understand? There's two different ways to skin a cat, but there's one way that is more long-term, more sustainable, yeah, when it comes to achieving economic stability, when it comes to achieving anti-racism within your community, within the world, within the, you get me? Like, what I'm trying to say is you don't always have to punch a man in his face because he's violated you. You can do it a different way. You understand? Yeah? Some people would stop and punch him in his face. Ignorant and dumb people would stop and punch him in his face and miss that bus. But that temporary, listen, that temporary bang to the face, yeah, what has that done for you in the long term? You've missed the bus, and now you're just standing there with a racist on the floor, and you probably got a bloody knuckle, fam. What has that done for you in the long term, bro?
For me, bro,
long term.
Racist Don, I know I ain't his first victim. So I know one of your aunties went past and he called her a nigger one time as well. I know one of your nephews, when him and his friends caught him by the pub, they smacked him up. I know these racists are habituated with this racism. Yeah, they violate people every day, fam. You think you was the first one that he's called a nigger? So my thing with him is, it's not about me and what he's violating me with. It's I'm teaching him a lesson. Don't do that no more. So I get a sense of, I get a sense of happiness, enjoying myself. Like, I'm not a man that promotes violence.
A temporary satisfaction, right?
Certain people, for example, them Battle of Trafalgar that came with acid to try acid up the women and children, they got their heads kicked in and they deserved it. I ain't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, everyone likes to see a bully get punched up. It don't matter if you're MP, it don't matter if you're a uni student. Like, if I upload a video right now of a random racist guy calling someone a nigger for no reason and getting knocked out, you're going to have the majority of people from all over the nation saying, yes, he deserved it. He deserved it. So that's actually something that we can all kind of agree on. We don't like bullies because we've all seen people in our family that's been bullied, and there has to be people that are confident enough, to stand up and fight against bullies, bro. Because otherwise, they'll think that we're just on this money thing.
Bro, I get everything you're saying, and it sounds all rosy, brother. It sounds all rosy, fam. But what I'm trying to say to you, fam, you're still very much looking on the surface of things, fam. Very much so. What I'm trying to get across to you is take away all the layers, bro. Take away all the layers and get to the raw point. Get to the raw core issue, innit? We do not have any financial power in order to combat racism, bro. We don't have it, cuz. Black people can't even flipping do... Some black people can't even do business together. You understand? Like, we can't... It's like we can't get along, bro. You understand? So my thing is... Why, like, my thing is, like, I'm getting mad heated, fam, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my thing is, if we can't even come together as a community, to achieve economic and financial stability in order to gain some kind of power, gain some kind of respect, if you can't do that, these people are gonna carry on calling you nigger with no consequence, brother. You can punch them in their face, beat them up, whatever, till you're blue in the face, brother. But there's nothing going to be done for the long term. Why do you think Chinese people in America don't get systematically killed? Why don't Jewish people get killed? Why don't Indians and Japanese and all these other... Why is it just black people? Because black people don't have anyone to go back to and say, they're fucking me up here. I need you to deal with that. I need you to deal with... We can't go back to Africa. Africa's sold out. Africa's sold out. We can't... Like, the Jewish people can go back to Israel and say, right, they're systematically killing us. The Chinese man can go back to China and say, wow, they're systematically killing us. And China will be like, slow down. All right, 1 second. Let me have a quick word of America. Yo, what's going on over there? Like, why are my people getting killed in them thing there? All right, how about this? If that shit keeps going on, if you keep killing my people them in your country, we're done business with you. We're done. We're not doing no business with you. No, find out how quick. Watch how quick America, would switch up their policing structure in order to stop the systematic killing of Chinese people.
You're making some big points that I would agree with. You're making points that I've made before. Yeah.
So this is the thing. We agree with each other, bro.
No, because you're acting as if they're they as if they don't work, they work exclusively of each other. So you're acting as if black people go to have self-sufficiency and defense within their community, then they can't work on finances. Or if they work on finances, they can't have self-defense within the community. You're speaking as if the two cannot be done. At the Battle of Trafalgar, you add brother Mega Man there. Mega Man is a business pioneer from our community. He's a business mogul. He's also one of the ambassadors behind the Forever Family concept. And he's a man that can show you about economic stability. So can Akala, so can Jaja Shows, so can many of the brothers and sisters who are pioneers to the movements you're seeing now. So for me, it's not exclusive. We're working on economic stability, you know what I'm saying? But while working on economic stability, if we hear that auntie's at risk, we're gonna have to go and defend auntie. Why
I agree with you.
Why would make sure? So it's not.
I do agree. I do agree with that.
Work hand in hand. So what it should be right now, we got the patrols. We've been patrolling for about a couple months now. Yeah, we've done police in the police. We've done gang conflict resolution. We help auntie with her bags. We help the brother with his washing machine through his yard. We facilitate, you know, conversations between different community members. We promote local businesses. This is what we've done as a group, and we've done it out of our own finances. You know
what could you do? What could you, like, imagine what you can do. Imagine what you can do.
I know, I'm going
Imagine what you can do.
Funny. This is 10 years of work that man's put in the community. No GoFundMe, no nothing. All out of man's own pocket. Yeah. That's just to show the community that we're looking to invest. We're willing to invest. Before you do a GoFundMe like them Black Lives Matter people and have £1 million in the bank account and people don't see you on the roads yet. So what we done first is we invested our own time, energy, money, resources into something, made sure it was captured, put it out there to the community, and now the community, we're working in the backgrounds on a way which the community can help to stabilize that movement. On top of that, I've created a platform. I'm a content creator. So even all of the content, I've created loads of content on Tommy Robinson and so on, so on. You know what I'm saying? Like proper journalist pieces on that document what's happened. That's what I do. So even with me, people can click the link in the bio and they can, whatever the type of content they like on my page, they can support that and invest in that. So I can create more content and more conversations and so on. So
I commend, bro.
So working on economic stability, but at the same time we're defending our people. For us, it's not one or the other. It's two things that go hand in hand.
Bro, I get that, and I commend everything that you're doing. And me personally, I'm a believer in defending your a next man's black auntie or a next man's mum. Or I can't walk on bricks and ice. One time I was walking on bricks and ice, and I see some man in Primark violating one of the security ladies, black woman, auntie, innit? You get me? I had to hold him up and I was like, yo, brother, like, mind how you're talking to her. And it was like, it's got nothing to do with you. It's got everything to do with me. That's my family. Facts. It's not my biological family. I said, that's my family, innit? You understand? Like, and then he come with his excuses or whatever. But at the end of the day, the point is, same way how you'll defend auntie, same way how you'll defend someone's mum, why can't you defend your brother? Some man can't defend them. Some man see their brother from across the road and they're screwing him. They're like, yo, who's that you, blood? Who's that? Like, you can't even go over to him and say, what's going on, bro? Like, what's going on, black man? Are you? You get me? Like, you can't. Some man find it hard to acknowledge a fellow black brother and say, hello, how are you doing? Are you okay?
That's my point.
It's always an up mentality, bro. But and my thing is, the reason why I've made that analogy about why can't I sit down with people that I love? Why can't I sit down with people that I love and have a truthful debate? For example, you're a man, you're a black man, and I've got love for you, brother. You understand? As a black man, even if I don't know your personality, the fact that you look like me, the fact that you look like me and I love myself, that means I love you, brother. You understand? So if I can't sit down with my brother without him calling me Uncle Tom, or without him calling me Uncle Ruckus, but I can sit down with a man like Tommy Robinson and say, bro, what happened with that Black Lives Matter thing? Why did you go on that run? Why did you tell all your EDL lot, all your football hooligans to come down? And he's saying, do you know what? I made the wrong call. I didn't mean to do that. I was just so vexed with Antifa. I was so vexed with the whole Black Lives Matters organization because they're not for black people, Minus. They are not for black people.
1 minute.
And I looked at that, listen, I looked at that and I said, I know exactly what you're talking about because I'm not a fan of Black Lives Matter neither.
Yeah, but
some
since
people
when Robinson cared about what's good for black people, when he's
this is the thing.
One
Have you
minute,
had a conversation with the man, fam?
1 minute. When he's reading out the Martin Selner speech, which talks about the slave masters that took your ancestors and my ancestors and slaves as great people, bruv, as explorers, blood. Was that when he started caring about black people? You show me in history anytime when this man's cared about black people outside of his agenda to pitch black people, black Muslims and non-Muslims against each other. While they say stuff. That is the only time when Tommy Robinson's ever cared about black people, bro. He does not care about black people. And on the other side, bro, that's my question. I never
said that he cared about black people, you know.
My question is the same thing you're saying. If we've got so much issues, first thing is, if I see anyone getting hurt, whether it's white, Asian, it doesn't matter, blood, I'll step in. But one thing I do know is you touch an Asian youth, you're going to have 100 Asian youths outside your yard more time. You get me? Because my Asian, they don't ramp with that. You get me? Our Romanian, same with the Polish, same with everyone else. It's black people where we can kind of be violated, and because of the violations we've got with each other, especially the women, nothing can happen. So it's up for black men, especially right now, to step out. But when we're stepping out, we don't care who it is we're defending. When I get a call about a paedophile or someone taking pictures of children, we don't know what the race of the perpetrator is and we don't know what the race of the children is. We're just coming to protect children from molesters. That's it. I don't want no other information. I don't want any side information. Now, my question is, us as black people know that amongst us, or Africans, people, I don't even like to call myself black, as a man of African descent, so we got so much problems within our own community, that we need to heal. I don't understand why we would start off by trying to go to people that are racist and trying to sit down with them. I'd say, firstly, we need to sit down with each other and iron out our problem before we start saying, oh, I wonder what that racist guy over there is on. Why are we divided, mate? We know why we're divided. He used to be in the EDL. Them man, they used to be in the BNP. Them man are still in far-right organizations now that look at immigrants, as invaders, bro. I'm telling you, I promise you, bro, once you do the research, that's what I'm saying. One thing I'll tell you, bro, research, and everyone out there, research something called the Great Replacement. The Great Replacement. This is an ideology that Tommy Robinson pushes. He can't be openly racist anymore. The Great Replacement basically says that people like you and me are taking over Europe. And the reason why the guy shot up the mosque in New Zealand, because he doesn't like Muslims, he said because those Muslims are having a lot of babies. And they're from ethnic minority. So what they're basically saying with the Great Replacement is ethnic minorities are in Europe and having too much babies. That's all of us. Black, white, Sikh, Chinese, it don't matter. And we've seen that some of them have taken that information that Tommy Robinson's put out and they felt it's right to go and murder us in cold blood. So when people say they don't worry about Tommy Robinson, they don't have to worry, but the effects when a woman in a hijab gets kicked down the stairs, you can't tell a Muslim not to worry about that. The effects when we saw them throwing bombs and calling us monkey and nigger, the people who's at the protest, you can't tell them not to worry about it. So some of us can stay in our ignorance, and that's bliss, where we're safe. But those who care about the wider community, we don't have a choice but to stay on top of who's racist, who's against.
All right. I hear you on that. Yeah, I hear you on that. Like, again, I'm ignorant to a lot of things about whatever Tommy Robinson gets up to. Yeah, but again, like I said earlier, and like what you just said now, I'm focusing on me. I'm focusing on black. I'm a specialist in my race. You understand? So if I'm a specialist in my race, that some might say you are a racist, just like a psychologist. You understand? Like a dentist, you are a specialist in your chosen field. You understand? So therefore, I'm a specialist in my chosen field of being black, of promoting black, of achieving economic well-being for black people. You understand? Similar to what you're on. Yeah. I would personally, I don't focus on what Tommy does. I'm focusing on what we do, innit? Yeah. And if we can sit down and have an honest conversation without ridiculing each other, without making each other feel, putting each other down, without making each other feel less black, less for the movement, less this, less that. If we can sit down with each other and have an honest conversation and say, "Rah, black man, black woman, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Where are we going?" Like, there's too much. The youths that are killing each other. We're having too much kids out of wedlock. We're having too much STD rates within our community. There's a lot of domestic violence. Like, what is going on with our situation? Like, how can we improve it? How can we build it up? You understand? That's what I'm focusing on. I'm not focusing on this movement that Tommy Robinson's doing to do this, do that. I'm focusing on building up the black economy so we can do those kind of movements to counteract whatever it is that you're talking about.
I don't even want to do those, but you can't know that you're grinding to counteract a movement that you don't know about, that you're ignorant about. So in order for you to even know what you're raising money to counteract, you have to study what it is you're trying to counteract.
Cool. So sit down. So why not sit down with the enemy then? Why not do what I do? Listen. Stay on that subject. Yeah. Why not? If you want to find out what the enemy's doing, hold on. Let me just if you want to find out,
let me say one thing. You see our ancestors in Africa before they came. That's what they was probably on. They was probably not on studying what the Europeans were on and trying to work on Africa. But because they didn't want to know what the next man's on in next place, and they didn't send 1, 2 man to find out what they're doing.
I agree, bro. I agree.
Bro.
I hear you. So,
bro, your biggest problem, yeah, is you talk about things exclusively. So you talk about us defending the people as if us defending the people means exclusively. So you talk about us defending the people as if us defending the people means we can't work on economic stability. You talk about us focusing on self and focusing on the issues within our community as if we can't do that, and which we're doing with food banks, we're doing it with patrols, we're doing all of that, you know what I'm saying? But as if then it means that because we're focusing on ourselves, we can't still understand what's happening around us and our political terrain. I'm a man that believes in holistic thinking. Everything.
I agree, bro.
So I believe that we can do, like Forever Family, for example, it has an admin department, and it has a media department, and it has a security department.
Are you a registered company?
Well-being department for well-being and, you know, mental health and mental. So we've got many different departments, but it's one umbrella. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we got to know, who in the community has got storage space. Okay, all we want you to worry about is storing the food in South or storing the clothes in South. Oh, you're a driver. Okay, can you drive from South to West maybe? Okay, bless.
Bro,
okay,
this is
you've got your SIA badge. So do you want to do 1 patrol a week or 2 patrols a week? You over there, you're good with finances. Can you help us on our finance team, because we want to set up a CIC and a charity and know how to
I hear you.
So
I hear you.
All specialized.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. I get it. I get it, bro. I get it. Like, I'm not no one's against that, bro. And that can be done on a bigger scale. That can be done on a bigger scale, where you don't have to be running around asking who does this and who does that. And these things will be flocking towards you once there has been a structure being put in place. Yeah, there's a structure, an economic structure being put in place. And you can only get to that economic strength. You can only get to that economic strength once you ignore once you ignore the little niggly racism stuff, and once you stop getting distracted, and once you stop, marching, and what is it doing? What is it doing for the long term? It's not doing nothing, bro. Like the people, like the Black Lives Matter organization. It's not, for example, it's not an organization that I'm for, innit? For example, like, and again, that Black Lives Matter structure, it's another one of those distractions that I'm talking about. Like, if you're choosing to get distracted by this Black Lives Matter thing, they're trying to stop you from achieving the main goal. They're trying to stop you from achieving the main goal, researching, doing exactly what you're doing, yeah? They're trying to stop you because this Black Lives Matter situation, and I'm sure most people know, that it is funded by people that are out to divide, conquer, and destroy, bro. Like, when you donate to Black Lives Matter, you are donating to the Democratic Party, bro. When you go to the donation screen at Black Lives Matter, it says you are donating to AdBlue. When you Google AdBlue, it manages all the Democratic Party finances. You understand? We've been sold a lie, bro. We've been distracted, brother. This is what I'm trying to tell you. We've been distracted. We're not jumping on that bus. Every time when you stop running for that bus and you stop to punch the man in the face who's just called you nigger, that's equivalent to you stopping and marching. That's equivalent to stopping and saying, oh, this guy's just said this and this guy has just been a racist and this guy. Like, what I'm trying to say, yeah, is we need to figure out a way to get rid of all the dead weight, all the distractions, all of this, all of that, and focus on what's really important, bro. We need to focus on what's really important. You understand? And focusing on Tommy Robinson, a picture, yeah, a symbolic picture, is a distraction.
You know what you said earlier?
That is the distraction.
It could have been anyone. Yeah, you said it earlier. It's not the picture. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Tommy Robinson's not relevant." It's not about the picture.
It's not about the picture.
It could have been Candace Owens and Donald Trump. For me, Malcolm X has got a speech, yeah, and he talks about the house Negro and the field Negro, yeah, and I got no problem with man sitting down and debating with racists. I debate racists all the time, but the thing is, when I'm talking to them, you know, I'm debating them. I'm not giving them no backdoor. I'm not giving them no things. So, for example, when Sarah sat down with Tommy Robinson, he basically just gave him a PR to say he's not racist. And he used token Sarah for a long time to pretend that he's not racist. So that's my issue. Malcolm X has had debates with many racists, yeah? But Malcolm X exposed and stood up unapologetically when speaking against racism. And
so what do you think Sarah done then? What
do
you think Sarah done? Have you watched it?
I've watched.
I was there, bro. I was there.
I've watched both of them, and if you can see both of them, the far right racist in the comments, black people was not impressed in general, and the comments are full to the point where when he debated Tommy Robinson the second time, if you can go onto YouTube and see, because his whole page is run by far right racists now because he was the first black guy to endorse Tommy Robinson. So the minute he tried to switch up on Tommy Robinson, the top comments on all of these things, they're going against him now. Why?
That's
You built up your house in a racist man's house as the token coconut. Oh, Tommy Robinson's not racist. That's how Sorrel built up his house. So then when he tried to switch and ask Tommy Robinson some difficult questions after he done the out speech thing, yeah, it all flipped round on him. And you can go into his channel, you can see it for yourself. Like, I'm not lying. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, when you look at these institutions of racism, yeah, we need people like brother Ashley who expose these nurses who are being racist. They expose these people and make sure, because these nurses who are being racist, I see a post the other day that said, now we need to look into a backlog of everyone that's died when they've been working, yeah. So institutional racism is real. So we do have to know the mentality of the people that are around. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean for 1 second, bro, that we're not concentrating on what we need to do within our community. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we know that we live in a society where there's different ideologies. And if the Jews were more aware of what the Nazis were on, they might have been better to defend themselves. Because we're from the streets that they put us in these estates, yeah? Because we're in because Mark Duggan grew up in the estates that they put us in, somehow that means that he can be shot in the head. But if I came up in Cambridge, my life is somehow worth more than the person that's in Broadwater Farm, or my life is somehow worth more than. So I said that what Candace Owen is doing is she is targeting the racist Trump fans that want to say racist shit, but they can't say it. So instead, they get a black person as the face to say the things. And what I said is Malcolm X has got a speech about the house. Malcolm X has got a speech about the house Negro and the field Negro. Yeah, the field Negro is in the fields warring with Massa 24/7. Whereas the house Negro, he comes as basically the face of Massa, and he's normally the one to whip on the back of the field Negro. So
can I say something, bro? Let me cut you, man. What you're doing now, blood, like big man thing, what you're doing is you're saying things to stir up emotions within people who are listening, bro. That's what you're doing. Every time you talk, every time you come back, yeah, every time I talk about something with substance, you keep going back to emotions, bro. You're going back to talk about getting whipped and getting this and, you know, acid and kids and when you say these things, bro, do you know what you're stirring up within people's psyche, brother? You're stirring up. It almost seems like you've been like you're there to do it on purpose. That's what it almost seems to me. Because I'm talking about something, and then you're going back to something that is completely unrelated to what I was saying. Completely unrelated. I'm asking you, yeah, is that picture symbolic? Does that picture matter? The picture that I took with Tommy Robinson, yeah, after having a 15-minute conversation about Black Lives Matter, about why he left the EDL, about all these little things, does the picture matter or does the message matter? This is the question that I was asking to you. And you said earlier that the picture's not relevant. Tommy's not relevant. Cool. Leave it there, innit? So if the picture's not relevant, if Tommy isn't relevant, let's now go to what is relevant, which is the message that I was trying to put across when putting that picture up. If you can talk to your enemy, if you can sit down and talk to your enemy, your alleged enemy, because I still haven't heard Tommy say nothing racist, but if you can talk to your alleged enemy, yeah, and say, no, racist to black people. He might have said other things racist to other people, but I've never heard him say nothing racist to black people. But if I can sit down with Tommy, and who is a known racist towards certain communities, why can't I sit down with my brothers? That is the message. But you're completely ignoring that message, bro. You're not addressing that message that I've put out there. Bro, what you're doing is you're going back to an emotional standpoint, brother. No, I'm not. And what you're doing emotionally, yeah, you're riding to think emotionally instead of think with their brains. You're making people think with their heart, brother.
Bro, I beg, one thing you shouldn't do, yeah, is don't insult the intelligence of the people listening. You get me? So,
all right, now again, you've done it. Again, well done. Well done.
You're making
well
anyone.
Done. That's another tactic, bro.
If I talk about slavery and I talk about them whipping the back, because that's a fact of my history. And I know some black people are scared to talk about their history because you get said you got a chip on your shoulder, you get told that you got a victim mentality, you get told that it's in the past, why are you still talking about it? But a lot of the problems that you talked about in the black community now, brother, yeah, stem from that history. So without that history and understanding what has happened to us historically, where identity is concerned, yeah, and we're treating each other, then you understand why the light skin's against the dark skin, the old is against the young. Then you understand why I said, for me, symbolically, what that picture means, or anyone with Tommy Robinson, any black person with Tommy Robinson, or Donald Trump, or any racist, any black person with racist, what it represents for me symbolically is the house Negro, yeah, and Massa. You know what I'm saying? And so when I saw the picture, that's the first thing I thought. Tommy Robinson's got another guy now, another black face that he's going to use as his PR to say, look, I'm not racist. I had a conversation with this guy in Brixton. You go ask him now. Don't talk to me anymore. Ask him. I told him what happened at the Battle of Trafalgar. But I know Tommy Robinson's a snake and a liar. So did you
read the comment? Did you read the caption with the picture?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing I gotta get onto. We got to get back to that caption because you started to get onto black women as well in that caption to some degree. So that's another conversation because I don't understand how when you're putting out a picture of a racist guy, I don't understand how black women are even involved in that. But I'll ask you a question. I said obviously you done security with Big Bro and that when Tommy Robinson came to Speaker's Corner, right? So you protected Tommy Robinson, right? I
protected free speech, bro.
All right, cool. Free speech.
Because if they can take free speech from a white man, what can they do what can they take from a black man?
But I hear you, but there's a lot of...
And can I ask you a question? Can you imagine... Wait, hold on. Can you imagine...
One minute. When the
no, wait, let me say something quick. Let me just say something one quick, because I've let you talk, yeah? One sec. Can you imagine, yeah, if the Muslims, yeah... Now, listen. If the Muslims attack Tommy, yeah, and something happened to Tommy, yeah? Let's say something happened to Tommy that day, yeah? Do you not think that there'll be race wars up and down the country, yeah?
All of that, bro.
Do you not think that there'll be race wars up and down the country if there was not a black face there to protect this man?
Oh, if they touch Massa, if you burn down Massa's house, they gonna come and kill us.
That's crazy,
imagine
bro.
If you touch Massa,
bro, it's not about him, you know, bro.
If we touch, I'm born from that mentality.
It's not about him, bro.
I don't give a damn if Massa.
It's not about him, bro.
If anything, blood, you see during slavery, blood, when Master got sick, certain of the slaves used to try and give him medicine because they know other people are gonna get punished. Yeah, when the house is on fire, they come with water. Me, I pray for wind. You believe me? I was the one that poisoned the blood clot about you're gonna try healing, blood. I ain't got no time for all of that. So I don't really give a damn what happens to Tommy Robinson. We've got black children in our community that are stabbing each other.
You don't look. How about this?
One minute. We've got black
you
youth.
don't care what happens to the man.
One minute, bro.
Yeah, you don't. What about the aftermath,
bro? I let you talk.
What about the aftermath? What happens in the aftermath?
Bro,
Tommy gets hurt. What happens in the aftermath?
Black kids are killing each other every day. Every day, our young little brothers are killing each other every day. Our energy as black men is more powerful. Put on this uniform, blood. Put on this uniform. Go and patrol your community, blood, and stop the youth them from stabbing up each other, blood. Put the energy into that, blood. Because the youth them are dying.
Funny you say that.
I don't care. I don't care about the aftermath of Tommy Robinson, and that's what I'm saying. Man's emotional. You say man's emotional, bro. But I'm saying the same way.
You're even. I'm gonna let you talk. Let me talk though when you finish. Let me talk when you finish.
Let you talk. Because watch this, people. He said, "Raspect. You're stirring emotions into the people." When you talk about the fact that you was there and you tell your story about how Tommy Robinson fans threw fireworks at Auntie, and when you tell stories about how they threw bottles at Auntie and homemade bombs at Auntie, you're stirring emotions in the people. Me just telling my story about what Tommy Robinson done, yeah? But yet you just now tried to stir emotions for us to think if something happened to this racist guy, what's going to happen to us? What's going to happen to us? So you just tried to use emotions against the people. Whereas I'm actually, bro, just telling you what we went through. But you was ready to go out and ride out and protect Tommy Robinson because of the aftermath. But what would have happened if someone got killed the other day when they came down to the Battle of Trafalgar because they beat up one youth that they found and he could have dead. So more better than trying to go and protect Tommy Robinson, yeah? If your thing is true about your community, you would have been much better off in Trafalgar defending innocent men, women, and children.
Cool, I can talk now, yeah?
Yeah, go shoot.
All right. So listen to this now, yeah? I went down there. At first, I didn't know what I was going down there for, yeah? I went down there, and then I got explained to me why I was there, innit, yeah? And I was like, all right, cool, it makes sense. If free speech, yeah, gets taken away from an indigenous man, a white man, to England, yeah, what do you think can happen to a black man? If they can take away free speech from a white man, a man that looks like them, yeah, what do you think they can take away from a black man, from an Indian man, from an Asian, yeah? My thing is, if you're going down there, you're going down there to protect an idea, an ideology, innit? You're going down there to protect the fact that they can't take away your free speech, bro. You understand? You're not protecting Tommy. You're protecting the idea of free speech, brother. You understand? Yeah? If you don't have that, what do you have, bro? We're already being silenced. We've already been fact-checked. We've already been censored, bro. You understand? So if you can't defend that, then you might as well just pack up, blood. You might as well just allow it, innit? And in terms of Tommy Robinson, yeah? On the physical side of things, yeah? On the physical side of things.
No, I'm still there.
You listening? Yo.
Yeah, yo. Brother, I'm here, I'm listening.
I'm not going to talk to a chair, brother. Come on, man.
No, I'm literally just doing something. I'm coming. I'm here, I'm listening. I can hear you.
I'll wait till you get to Tommy that day. Yeah? If something happened to Tommy that day, the far right, the EDO, the football hooligans, his followers, his supporters, yeah, would have been attacking Muslims, blacks, Muslims, blacks, browns, whoever, up and down the country. You understand? That's me doing my bit to protect my people. You understand? Yeah? You're laughing, but what would happen if Tommy got attacked that day?
You said it was
bro, what would happen if Tommy got attacked that day, bro? Bro, come on. Bro, what would have happened if Tommy got attacked that day, bro?
Yeah? We fear no one but God. Yeah, so I don't care what happens if Tommy gets. This is the thing, bro. Your main.
You don't care. You don't care. All right, let me talk.
Bro,
Wait. I haven't finished. Let me
just say one thing.
Care.
Let me say one thing, bro.
You don't care what happens. No, because you're gonna go on. You're gonna go on, bro. Let me just finish my point, brother. Let me just finish my point. Listen. You don't care. Yeah, you don't care. But the person who that EDL member attacks because Tommy got attacked, because the Muslims attacked Tommy. Yeah, the person up north who gets attacked because that shit happened to Tommy, that person cares, bro. The black person in Luton, for example, or up north somewhere, walking down the street, that gets attacked. Wait. That gets attacked
imaginary
because of the consequence of people who beat up Tommy in London.
Like people like you that think these racists do this shit, bro. Because they hear us talking as black people, and they see the fear that's coming off of you is if something happens to Tommy. Yeah, and bro, they can smell
sense. It's not fair, bro. What are you talking about?
I can smell it and I can taste it. You're scared if something happens to Tommy that they're gonna do other stuff to other people, bro. I'm saying,
bro, you've got your methods. I've got mine,
bro. They will hear, even if I felt like that, bro. That's something I would never say live, because your enemy will hear you speaking like that and say, okay, so the way we can get these black people to defend us and protect us is to basically make them think that if anyone attacks us, we're gonna attack them. Bro, it's mentality.
No, bro. I get where you're going with that.
Watch this. You said you went to defend freedom of speech. Yeah? When Ali Dawa came to Tommy Robinson's freedom of speech rally, what happened?
You tell me.
Ali Dawa, a Muslim, came to was booked. He was on the lineup to speak at Tommy's freedom of speech rally. When he got there, Tommy Robinson didn't allow him to speak, and then he was rushed outside by some far right hooligans. Content over who's in the place, he's the one that filmed it because he was there. So when you say you went to defend freedom of speech, Tommy Robinson himself and his cronies don't believe in freedom of speech. Not when it's a balanced Muslim. That's they only want the Anjem Chowdhury to come and say, we're gonna kill all of you non-Muslims. The little 3% Muslim gonna go and start killing non-Muslims. It's not gonna happen, bro. But that's the kind of Muslim that they want to put to the forefront. Tommy Robinson, they want to put to the forefront to use emotion to inflict fear inside people. Me, bro, when I'm saying that I was there and they was throwing bombs and calling me nigger and calling me monkey, and I saw the hate, and I've had gang beef, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been on blocks where a man gets shot up and beef my own kind, bro. And like, I didn't see the hate in my brother's eyes that I could see in these racist football hooligans. So what I'm trying to show you, my brother, is we don't have to worry about what happened to Tommy Robinson if he gets the consequences of his actions. That's Tommy Robinson, and we'll deal with the consequences afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But for us to say live on air that the reason why we're going to protect Tommy Robinson is because if anything happens to him, you lot are going to start hurting our people, that's putting out a narrative of fear, brother.
No. Listen, that right there was a one-off occasion. Yeah, Tommy Robinson went to Speaker's Corner. Yeah, it was pretty much a last-minute thing in a sense. Yeah, and it's a thing where we made the decision. Yeah, that if anything happened to this guy, yeah, there will be riots up and down the country in a sense. You get me? And you may not care. You may not care about that, yeah? But I care about what happens to people that I don't have access to. You understand? I can protect someone in my ends. I can if someone called me and say, "Wow, Minus, I'm getting this," I can run down and protect you, bro. You get me? But I can't protect someone who's somewhere else and who gets hurt as a consequence of what happened that day, bro. You understand? So you've got your methods of protecting black. I've got my methods of protecting black. You understand? You're more radical in your approach. I'm more.
You're the one protecting hate preachers, blood. You're the radical one.
No. I'm not because I'm the type of person that will sit down with the enemy and talk, bro.
I'm protecting innocent aunties that went out to protest and talk about their oppression, bro. I'm protecting little children, bro. You're protecting, radical racists who used to lead the EDL and have got £30,000 towards their protection.
Again, bro.
Protection. That's who you was protecting. So, bro,
listen.
You're the one protecting.
Listen, bro.
any radicals.
Again, you've got your methods of protecting black. I've got my methods of protecting black.